So what? That is 10 days before the NFL draft. It doesn't matter. The Detroit Lions took care of some in-house housekeeping as we bring 3 of our own guys back. Coming from the Detroit Lions Twitter a little while ago, but I was tied up at the moment, says Lions re-sign running back Craig Reynolds, offensive lineman Kayode Awosika, and linebacker James Houston to exclusive rights contracts. So that means that these guys will be Detroit Lions. Now, they really had no choice. It really, the exclusive rights contract is a very unique situation. So the Detroit Lions, they either was going to play for the Detroit Lions or not play at all. Like, it's crazy how that thing works. The Detroit Lions basically owned the rights to those 3 gentlemen, and they either played for the Detroit Lions, or if I'm understanding this correctly, they would sit out the entire year if they decided not to play for the Detroit Lions. I'm not sure if they had the option to do that, but they could, basically the Detroit Lions own them. So that's how that was. So they decided to bring them back, and that is a good thing. Now let's take this in order of on the list here. Craig Reynolds, solid piece, man. Remember from a couple years ago when the Detroit Lions were on Hard Knocks, they almost cut Craig Reynolds and Deuce Staley. I think it was Fraley. The entire staff stood up for Craig Reynolds and said, listen, he's everything that we stand for on his team. And if you want to upset those offensive linemen, you go tell them that you're going to cut Craig Reynolds. They love him. So he wind up making the cut, and then last year made the cut as well, and is brought back for a 3rd consecutive year. Talk about, you know what? Craig Reynolds is the new Miles Killebrew. That's what he is. So shout out to Craig Reynolds. Now, Awosika, he's okay. He's okay. I'm not really thrilled with the whole, I'm indifferent. I don't feel any type of way about this signing. Good that our own guys could stay in house, but this to me doesn't make, I know he stepped in and he made some plays, but Dan Campbell loves him, and that's all that really counts. And James Houston is probably the one that everybody is excited to see come back. And listen, you guys know how I feel about James Houston. And if you don't, I'll just be clear, because I think that my message gets lost in my delivery. So I'll say this. This is how I feel about James Houston. James Houston had a fantastic year. It was on the point where I remember Dan Campbell said that the players were telling him, listen, James Houston need to be out there playing. This guy is too good for him not to be playing, right? And then he came out, he got those, 3 sacks on Josh Allen. It was 2 or 3. It was insane. And then at that point, there was no way he was going back on the practice squad. But his story is crazy. He actually doesn't make the initial 53-man roster, which kind of resets his contract in a way, right? So then he's put on a practice squad. He stays there until that Thanksgiving game. He comes up, he destroys Josh Allen, almost helps us win that game, goes on to get 8 sacks in 7 games, winds up being a sack and a half behind Aiden Hutchinson at that point. And then we were all expecting last year to be something special. Then he's out there on special teams, gets his ankle blasted, and now he misses almost the entire year. And when he came back, he was a non-factor. He did play in the conference championship game, but he was such a non-factor, you guys don't even remember. So here's my thing about James Houston. James Houston, in my opinion, this is pre-injury. I can't really know what he is now because it looked like he gained a lot of muscle, man, when he was off. So I'm not sure, but I know he weighed in at 245. Hutch was 265. And to give you some kind of comparison, 245, Hutch is 265. What is his name? Robinson. Darius Robinson is 285. There's a 40-pound difference between those two men. And what I saw James Houston be able to do is if he cannot beat you, he won't get to the quarterback. I saw the offensive lineman in Kansas City manhandle James Houston. He has one move that he knows how to do, and he's light. So that's my thing. My thing now, there's other guys that's 245, but James Houston to me doesn't have the skill set that those guys have. Maybe it's because he played linebacker in college mostly, and then they got him to move to DN, and he was drafted, I believe, as a DN. I'm not so sure about that, but I'm excited to see what he has in store for year 3. I still don't think he's a difference maker. I personally believe year one was a fluke. That's just what I feel. I just truly believe that, but that's just my opinion. But I am glad to see these three guys back because they're depth pieces and it keeps that continuity together. So let me know your thoughts about Craig Reynolds, Kayode Awosika, and James the Problem Houston. And what expectations do you have for James Houston? Craig, we know what he's going to do. He's a special teamer. He can come in if one of the guys or both of the guys go down. Kayode, I want to call the dude Kayode. Kayode, he does exactly what he does. But I think the most kind of intriguing of this whole trio of guys is James Houston. What will year three look like? Will he go back to year one form? Will he disappear into the shadows? I don't know. Will he get overshadowed by Marcus Davenport? We are going to see. And whoever we decide to bring into the draft. I mean, listen, James Houston is not, I said this before, man. Is he a lock to make the 53? I don't know. It really depends on our talent. Our talent is getting better. So I wouldn't be surprised if James Houston doesn't make the 53-man roster. I know that's going to give y'all, I know the comment, I can see it right now. I know y'all typing, that's ludicrous, you sound crazy, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I said it before and y'all destroyed me in the comment section. But our team is getting better. Our team is getting better. So I'm just saying, let me know in the comments below, who are you most excited for? I pretty much know who it is. I got a special announcement too. I didn't know if I was going to do it this. You know what? I'll wait on that announcement. This channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. So consider subscribing to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. My viewership is predominantly half. So it's 50% of you that's still watching. I'm not mad at you because I watch a lot of people too, and I wait on my subscription. Is it how much do I want to subscribe to this guy? I realize that is the only control that you have as a viewer. And once you give me your subscription, there's nothing, what do you have after that? So it's all good, but consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.